Hi, welcome to today's show. I'm Les Cizik.
And I'm Avian Rogers. We just built this hexagon picnic table and a planter box to match it, and we're going to show you how to build one too.
We've chosen redwood for our project, but you could use anything that'll stand up in the weather and that's available in your area. Pressure-treated wood, cypress, or cedar would do very well.
You know, the skills that you learn in building this outdoor furniture projects today, you can apply to a lot of different kinds of outdoor furniture projects. So why don't we get started?
I'm ready.
Before we start building our table, let's take a look at all the component parts of the table. We unbolted the tabletop from the table to show you how it all fits together.
And as you can see, the top looks rather like a wheel. There's a series of spokes. This one long one goes clear across the entire top. Then there are 4 shorter ones that butt into the main one. We've also made these very simple miter cuts at the end of each spoke and some rather complex looking ones down here, but please don't worry about those. They're really simple, and we'll show you how to do those in just a minute. Now, to tie this all together at the hub, we're going to apply this gusset right here, and we'll nail that in place, and then this top will be extremely rigid.
Now, the bottom ring, or the seating ring, is also made up of these spokes, and it's made the same way that our tabletop is, and you can even see that we've got a gusset here. Now, as for the seating, these are made up of 2x4 planks. And we also use 2x4 planks for the tabletop. We just fill it into the center. Now the legs are attached by bolts at each spoke. And then we'll also put in bolts here, right here at the top, and they bolt into the spokes of the tabletop. So we're going to have a nice, strong table.
If you were going to bake a chocolate cake and you hadn't done it before, you'd follow a very good recipe, and that way you'd come out with a chocolate cake instead of chocolate gloop. The same thing is with this project here. You need a very good set of plans, and here we have an example of that. You can see it starts with a nice photograph of the finished project, so you fix in your mind exactly what you're aiming toward. Then we go to a plan view of the table itself, both the top and the bottom. Now look at the top plan here. It gives a lot of detail. Here are the dimensions of the planks themselves. Here's the overall dimension of the top right across it. And it shows how the spokes go together and exactly where that gusset goes that we looked at a moment ago. It does the same thing on the bottom. It shows lots of detail here, the overall dimensions and specific dimensions of the parts. Now it gets even better as we go over here. Here's an elevation of the table. Further detail of construction, detail. It shows all how these angle cuts are made. And look at here. Here's even a detail of how this cut is made at the end of the spoke. Here's a further detail of the leg itself, so that there are not going to be any mistakes made there when you put it together. And it also shows some, beginning to show how it is constructed. Here's the spacing between the planks on the top, where the gussets go, where the bolts go, exactly how to do those. And then over here is an exploded view of the entire table. Now each part is labeled in this view. It helps you put it together, and it also helps you identify the individual parts. For example, this part N is shown down here, and it gives its precise dimensions and what that part is called. So having gotten a good set of plans and thoroughly understood them, so you know precisely